Irina Dovganetskiy has a master's degree in aesthetics and a certification in natural cosmetics formulation. She is a mother of three, runs a thriving cosmetics business, and manages a full-time team. Irina started withSimplicity in 2015 as a clean cosmetics brand using only natural and organic ingredients. Her first storefront was an Airstream. In addition to making her own products, she now has a shop, a skin spa, and a school of aesthetics, all in downtown Harrisonburg, Virginia. I'm so excited to talk to Irina. Irina, I love your products and your perspective on skincare for women of all ages. And I'm so excited to talk to you today about your journey.
Well, thank you so much for having me. This is super excited. I love seeing other woman-owned businesses and people, doing what they love. So this is kind of exciting to be here.
So I first wanted to ask you about what inspired you to start your business.
So there's actually two answers or two little sparks that kind of started. It's first started when I had my babies. And I went through this like crazy detox. You get rid of, read every label, you buy all organic clothes, soaps. And then at that time, I was still using cosmetics that I had no idea what was in them. And like I saw glitter in my baby and I'm like, oh my goodness, I am here paranoid about everything. But then like I'm touching and he has all these chemicals and and I always enjoyed makeup. That gave me a little bit of confidence. So I wasn't going to wipe it off. I still wanted to do it for me. And that's kind of my first where the light bulb went off. Like, what am I putting on my skin? Because it's supposed to be just fun, right? And if it's sold in the stores, it got to be good for you. And then I didn't really start anything until I had my third child, which was in 2014. And my husband had like this chronic crack in his lip. Mm-hmm. I'm going to figure this out. The more he used, I felt like ointments and things he put on chapsticks. I felt like it just didn't help. It was just there. So I went on a little research, trying to find a few ingredients. I made this concoction with 5 ingredients that actually helped him. And that was, I'm like, oh, wow, like we don't have to have crazy ingredient list for things to actually work. And that was kind of the first product, was the lip balm. And now we have a full line of all the things, but those are the two little sparks that I had.
I love that. That's so true how you look at the list of ingredients and there's, a million things of words you can't pronounce and have no idea what they are. So that's great. So with everything that you have going on in your life, I want to know what's been the most stressful for you and how do you cope with that? What's your go-to method for dealing with stress?
So we'll be in business for 10 years in this January. So kind of seen a lot and, went from really little to a very good sized business. And I think thinking just past 10 years, I think COVID time was the hardest for me to own a business. Like it was really hard for the unknown part of it, but also leading a team because you just don't know what's tomorrow. And then the world seemed like it was going to end every day and everybody had different decisions. So it was just, even if we didn't agree on every politic, anything that was put out for us to agree or disagree on, that to get my team to come together and know that we have one mission and it's to serve our customers and that we're not pulling apart, we're working towards the same goal and kind of wheeling that in, that we focus on our work, not everything that's trying to pull us apart as a team. That was the most difficult time where I'm like, why am I doing this?
And what about for yourself? What do you do for yourself to kind of make sure that you're refueled?
So I'm very strategic and like try to keep my boundaries. So if I'm at work, this is what I'm doing. If I'm at home, unless there's something crazy, but I'm usually not working. I try not to look at the emails or leave my laptop at work. So just having like a really good boundaries where in the beginning of the business, that's not something I could do because I was trading time for money. Now I could delegate and I could hire people out. So now just having like really good boundaries where I'm being focused on what I'm doing at the time. I think that's kind of been like the main thing in dedicating time to family.
It's so important. And so often other people don't expect us to have boundaries, right? Especially being your own boss and running your own team. That's so, so important to you and your team and your family that you can, set those boundaries. So good for you. I want to ask about sustainability. It's kind of become a catch-all phrase, means a lot of things to different businesses. What does it mean to you and to your brand?
And I feel like there's like so many answers in the different directions, but like the first of all, when we make any decision, we're creating a product, how we're going to package it, what's going to happen to it, safety for our customers is always number one. And then it kind of after that other stages come in, and like what kind of packages can we use. So we try to use mainly glass, and we do use a little bit of plastic just because they're just not available in glass, like compacts and stuff, which we work with TerraCycle to be able to recycle. And we've done that ever since I started. We've been working with TerraCycle. For our glass, we're locally recycler. We have a candle making small business girl who comes and picks them up, and she fills them and turns, our used glass into candles, and just trying to be mindful of how it is. And then in terms of ingredients, always knowing how they're sourced and high quality ingredients like, mica, to make sure there's no child labor involved and to get the best that we can. And if we could get something like honey locally, we try to get them from another smaller local. There's a lot. It's like going to personal brand. It covers a lot, but those are kind of our main pillars.
Well, and I like that because it's a mindset. And so it's not like, are you or aren't you? It's how much do you think about it and how much do you incorporate it into your life or your business, et cetera. So
with that, I think it's just being realistic and meeting people where they're at. Nobody could go from 0 to 100 overnight, but just meeting, being mindful just in your lifestyle. How do you do and how you are being sustainable. In personal life, it's, we grow our food, we have garden, chickens, all the fun things that, we do as on my personal side. And those are just like different little steps that we could take to be sustainable.
Right. And so what do your customers think about your efforts, and how do you sort of bring them into this whole sort of way of thinking?
Well, I hope they think we're great, but we offer where they could, like in the store, they could bring back their, and they could mail us back any of their containers, and we actually reward them with points that they could earn towards their next purchase. Just if maybe sustainability is not motivating them enough, that we'll throw some money at it to help them learn the lifestyle, and just being able to educate them about our ingredients, our packaging, our brand, and our products overall.
I'm sure they appreciate it very much.
I hope so. We try.
And so tell me, what are you most proud of about your products, or what's the most unique thing about them that you really like to talk about?
I'm just proud of our brand overall to start out, because I never thought that I'll be here. It started as something that I wanted to solve for myself, and then trying to gift them to others. And it's just grew into this business that I've never, if you told me this 10 years ago, I would laugh. I'm like, yeah, no, I just didn't think that that's something I was capable of, or had enough confidence that I could actually do it. And then just knowing that these simple ingredients that are provided by nature, they could actually be effective. We've been in business for 10 years, not because we're selling something that doesn't work. Our customers come back and they're loyal customers, and we provide, proud that we could provide safe alternatives, and they're actually effective and work.
I love your products. I've been using the Pro Age toner. For a long time now. I really love it. It's a great one. And I'm not that well versed in toners. I found that and I was just like, oh, this is amazing.
That levels the pH of your skin, and it does wonders for anything else you apply, and just health of your skin. It's a must.
Yes, I love it. What does being a female founder mean to you? How has it shaped your business journey? And what, if anything, has held you back?
I think being just a female founder, or being in the position of ownership, is just hard, because we have, hormones to deal with to begin with. We just have a whole set of things that we have. We're never just one thing. We're mothers, we're wives, with sisters. So it's just like setting an example for my kids. And I think for me, biggest one is just to teach them that like you don't dream just dreams. You could dream and you could chase them, dreams with goals and little baby steps they could do that, to love the job and the work that they actually do. So that's just like inspiring my kids, I think, is like my biggest inspiration, I guess, and showing them an example or leading by example.
It's so important because it's maybe not just your kids, that are inspired by you, but the people who work for you, their families, the people who buy from you. So what are your goals for the future for your brand?
For the future, I just want to, continue creating products. There's always these research and different ingredients that come. We don't chase trends. We just want to provide good skincare that is sustainable, that is effective, and you could age gracefully. We're not here, pumping injectables or Botox. At my age, I don't want to look 20 years younger, but I do want to look graceful and good. And this is what I want to provide. What would I want my daughter to wear? How do I want her to think about her face and her body? And this is what we're trying to provide, but there's always constantly different research, different ingredients, and I constantly learn. So we're actually going to have a launch of some new skincare products that I'm super excited that, I was able to learn over the years and reformulate. And now at this point, we're able to bring other chemists that could pour into us and like help create these amazing products. So that's kind of our next thing, is we just have a whole new perspective and revamping of some of our current products that we're working on right now.
What you said about, what your daughter is learning from your own journey. And I feel like I don't see a lot of that in, sort of on the social media, et cetera. And I myself even have a young person in my life who says things like, I'm so old, or I don't want to, I need Botox. Like, are you kidding me? 20 years old? Like, no.
No, and I'm like, you earned them. Yes, you can soften them, make them better, but like that's what makes us us, Those smile, lines, they're awesome.
I appreciate that so much.
Mm-hmm.
And so is there anything else you want to share about your brand? Would you like to talk about the opening of your new shop?
We're super excited. So July 5th, we'll reopen our bigger store and spa in the classroom that's going to be across the street. So it's a little bit bigger space for us. And we're going to see students for aesthetic school in person. We've been doing a lot online, but now that we have the facility, we're moving into in person. So just being able to like teach people what I've learned and letting them start their journey in aesthetics has been super grateful and humbling, and I'm just at this stage that I'm ready to share what I've learned with others.
I love your brand so much, and I'm so happy that I came across this brand. We're in California, so I haven't wandered by your store or anything. So I love that, the magic of the internet, to be able to find these small businesses, small and growing. I'm so happy for you doing so well. But you're very local to Harrisonburg, Virginia. And so it's great to be able to know you and to know your products so far away.
Thank you so much for like having us. And I love, seeing your boxes and just being part of it. We're super grateful, to be able to inspire or lighten somebody else's day with some of our products in it. So thank you for what you do. And if you're ever in Harrisonburg, come visit.
Well, I want to get one of those facials. So.
Yeah, those are good. Some buckle massage.
Yeah.